Hello everyone, I am Mr. Rodolfo Tutu Jr. from the Blessed English 2B. Today, we're going to talk about what is memorandum letter. Alright, so does any one of you here has any idea or has already a prior knowledge about what is memorandum letter? Alright, so today, let's dive into the meaning of what is memorandum letter. So, let's have here. So, memorandum letter is a written communication within an organization that is used for conveying information, making announcements, or issuing directives or documenting decisions. Alright, so memos are typically brief, formal documents that are included among employees or departments from the organization. So it informs about a specific matter or a specific event within an organization. Alright, so in school, we are familiar of what is memorandum. Alright, so memorandum letter is a written document utilized to deliver a message for internal communication in academic institution. Alright, so last time we have heard a memorandum that was all about the class suspension and the JHC Real Estate College due to the high heat index or the high level of temperature of the heat that we are experiencing. Alright, so that was an example of a memorandum letter. So, what do you think is the purpose of a memorandum letter? So, the memorandum letter is used to communicate something immediate importance to people within a business or an organization. A memo also can be sent to people or firms that have close or long-standing relationships such as vendors or consultants. Like a business letter, a memo is a permanent record of your communication. So, there are actually four types of memorandum letter. First is informative, second is directive, next or the third is request, and fourth or the last is policy. Alright, so you may wonder what are these letters? Alright, so let's have first the informative. So the informative letter is informing a group or organization in an email or a letter of a specific problem or a solution. Next is directive. So directive is a memo that provides instructions or directions on how to proceed given a certain circumstance. Next is request. Request is a document or email can send your company when you have a request. Start this type of memo by justifying why you need a request completed. Keep your tone professional and persuasive when you give your recommendations for how to solve the problem. The last one is policy. So a policy letter is a paper written to provide an analysis or recommendation of an issue to specific audience. First, in public health, they are frequent use as a tool to inform and influence busy decision makers. So, next is what is an email? Alright, so we are all familiar of what is email because all of us are using this. So email is a short term for electronic mail. It is a digital space where a message is sent over the internet from one person to another or from group to another. It typically consists of text but can also include attachments such as documents, images, or videos. Emails are widely used for communication in both personal or professional context, allowing individuals to send messages quickly and efficiently to recipients anywhere in the world. they are accessed through email clients or web-based email services where users can compose, send, receive, and manage their message. So actually, email is, a very useful digital space, especially when we are going to apply for a job. So this is the not so often used by a lot of people in informal conversation, but it is used for formal interest or like a formal request. Like for example, you are going to apply for a specific job, and that you have to send an email to that certain company for you to be able to get hired. All right. And then that company, after receiving your message, they will give response to your message. So there are actually two kinds of email. First is formal email. It is a type of electronic message that adheres to professional standards of communication. It is typically used for official or business related purposes and follows specific conventions to convey professionalism and respect. So when it comes to business transaction, usually people or the businessmen use the formal email to send business related purposes, maybe when it comes to announcement or specific message that is intended for its people. All right, so let's proceed to the ways as to how we can use emails in a professional way. First is professional tone. Use polite and respectful language. They avoid slang, abbreviation, and casual expression. It's very important that when you're in communication or in the process of exchanging ideas, it's very important that you must be cautious enough with the punctuation marks and with the language that you use. Then you have to ensure in yourself or to make sure that you are not using offensive language. And in that way, the recipient of your message can actually have good feeling while reading the message or the text you sent through email. Next is clear and concise. Well organized and clearly convey the purpose of the message. They avoid unnecessary details and get straight to the point. Next, proper formatting. Follow standard formatting conventions, including a clear subject line, formal greeting, body paragraphs with appropriate spacing, and a formal closing. So, these are the terms that are necessary to reconsider when we are making an email. Next is correct grammar and spelling. So, this is one of the most important parts of sending an email to someone. First is formal email are free of grammatical errors and spelling mistakes. So it's very important also that you have to make sure the proper or the correct spelling of the word, because sometimes it gets misunderstood by someone. It's because you misspelled it, or your sentence construction is not that good and not observing grammar rules, so it gives another meaning to someone. All right, so let's have the last one. Professional signatures. So include a professional signature at the end, which typically includes the sender's full name, job title and company name, and contract information. So let's recall. Number 1, professional tone. Next, clear and concise. 3, proper formatting. And 4, correct grammar and spelling. And the last one is the professional signature. So these are the things or the tips as to how we can be able to communicate properly to someone or to the receiver of the message. Alright, so let's dive on the next type of an email. So this is called informal email. So informal email are more relaxed and can be used when contacting people you know well, or when a more casual tone is appropriate. So just like Messenger. So when you reach out someone that you really know well, you can use informal email. Alright, so let's proceed to the purpose of writing email. So first is communication. So in the process of communication or exchanging ideas and messages, it's very important that the receiver and the sender can create cordial relationship towards each other so that they can understand more themselves about what they are communicating and what they are talking about. Next is keeping in touch with friends. So it's also important that when we send email, we have to be constant. We have to be consistent on our message to keep in touch with our friends. Next is, or the third, applying for scholarships or jobs. So this is somewhat, personal. So when you are going to apply for scholarships or a job, it's very important that you know well what is your intention, and you know how to write email properly. So that ends my report about memorandum and email. So I hope everyone learned something from my report. So at least we know what is memorandum, what are the types of memorandum, and what is an email, the types of email, and ends my report. And God bless everyone. Thank you.